What's up, you cool kittens and cats? I bet I up with that one. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So before we begin, I would just like to give a quick shout out to my girl Kay. Hello, you were the first to comment on my last video, and I just want to say thank you so much for all of your support. So today I have a crazy, wild story for you guys. I told you get ready for it. This is a story on a stripper that I found online, and this story is insane. So before we begin, I have a quick shout out from the brand Homost, and they sent me over this polygel kit, so I want to say thank you so much for sending me these products to review. It came with some really cute AB crystals, and also came with a regular polygel brush. Y'all, they messed me up with this one, but it came with this paperboard thin ass emery board. Why did you even include this? I don't know, but moving on. It came with a slip solution, which is really nice because a lot of polygel kits don't come with slip, but I feel like it's important because, when it comes with the slip, it's meant to work with that product, because sometimes alcohol and other slip solutions don't perform well with the polygel. So I really appreciate that it came with that. But this kit came with 8 polygel colors. I'll swatch them shortly, and they also came with dual forms. And it also came with a cute little how-to guide. I mean, it doesn't go super in-depth, but it's nice that it came with this. So I'm going to swatch these polygels real quickly for you guys, and boom. Here's what they look like uncured. You have to cure them fully to get that glow-in-the-dark effect, and then it kind of like activates them. So this is just a quick clip of me curing it, and then here they are fully cured. So you can see the colors are a little bit more pigmented and different from before uncured. And here they are glowing in the dark. I love these colors. They're so pretty, and I'm super excited to use them in future videos. But for today, I used the shade number 5. So let's get right into this story time. It's basically this story that went viral on Twitter, and it's the story of Zola. And it's basically a stripper, and she met another stripper, and it's in tweets. So this girl went on Twitter and said, y'all want to hear this story? And she just sent out tweet after tweet. She had Twitter fingers. So I'm going to put like a screenshot of it, and I'll leave it down in the description box below, but I'm just going to read the tweets. Y'all want to hear a story about why me and this right here fell out? It's kind of long, but full of suspense. Okay, listen up. This story is long. So I met this white... I'm going to bleep, so y'all know that because I don't want to say the cuss word, but I'm going to bleep. All right. Okay, so listen up. This story is long. So I met this white beep at Hooters. I was her waitress. She came in with this old-ass, big-ass black dude. So, as a Hooters girl, we have to talk to our customers. So I sit with them, and we get talking, and she tells me she dances. So I'm like, oh, yes, girl, me too. Then she tells me this hulking black man is her sugar daddy. And I'm like, oh, yes, beep, my SD at home. I feel it. So we vibing over our hoism or whatever, and we exchange numbers. And we're like, next time you dance, I'm going to come dance with you. And they leave. So the next day, I get a text like, beep, let's go to Florida. And I'm like, huh? She's like, I'm going to dance in Florida. Let's go. Now I'm skeptical, like, damn girl, we just met and we already taken whole trips together. But I had went to Florida 2 months prior and made $15K. So low key, I was down. I was like, okay, I'll go. Who's all going? And when we leaving? All this beep say is be ready by 8. So I call her like, beep. I said, who's going? And she said, my boyfriend and our roommate. And my roommate has a place in Tampa. So I'm like, okay, I'll be ready. So I pack my baddest stripper wear and I'm ready. Now my bleep did not want to go. He was so hurt. So I had to bleep him calm, and then I left. Now when I got in the car, it was a white man, a white boy, her boyfriend, and this hulking black guy, not the same one. So I texted her on the slick while in the back seat like, another sugar daddy? You gotta type. The black dude had her phone. So he starts laughing and goes, I'm using her GPS. No, I'm not a sugar daddy. I've known her and her dude for 8 years. We all live together. So Jessica, the white girl, pulls me to the side and is like, we gonna be at the club all night. This room for Jared, not us. Don't even trip. So I was like, yeah, girl, okay. But trust I am not laying my bed here. So we leave our stuff at the motel with Jared and head to the club. So we working. It was kind of slow. It was early Friday night, and the club had hella rules, which I'm not used to. I'm a full nude type of girl. So this club requires pasties and boy shorts and all this other stuff, whatever. So after making about $800, I was ready to go. She was talking to some dude, trying to talk him out his wallet, and they exchanged numbers. So I was like, call your man. I'm ready. She calls the black dude. I'm like, that's not your man, but okay. So I pull her to the side before he pulled up, like, what's up with your roommate? And she was like, we're really close. Before I met Jared, I was with him. He's taking care of me. I was like, oh, well, I don't need that. Taking care of me in stripper language means that was her pimp. So I was like, does Jared know? And she's like, of course not. Strike one. So then she goes, I didn't make anything tonight. What you make? Because he's gonna ask. I was like, that's none of your business, just chill. So he pulls up, and as soon as we get in, he goes, what y'all make? He said at the same time, nothing. So he goes, damn, my girl says she had a bad night too. We finna pick her up. His fiance who lives down here. He picks her up and goes, nobody made shit. Y'all wanna trap? Trap in stripper lingo means trick. So Jessica goes, hell yeah. You got some clients? I'm in the back on mute. He was like, you can get some. So Jess is like, yeah, I need to trap. But Jared is at the room. He goes, I wasn't putting y'all in that bleep hole. That was for him, not y'all. I'm still quiet. We pull up to a nice hotel on the other side of town, and he goes, I'll get the clients together and text y'all off this. He handed her a trap phone. So I am mind blown at this point. So then we get to the room, nice as hell. Just me and Jess, and I start going off. Beep, you got me beeped up. I'm not about to play with you, ho. I'm going home. So she starts crying, and she's like, I don't want to take this trip alone. Please don't leave me. I would be scared alone. She's freaking sobbing. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Now I'm feeling bad for her, though. She goes, you can just check the guys in. He's not going to force you to trap. I said, oh, girl, I know he not. I will dead ass kill y'all, verbatim. So she cleans herself up, and there's a knock at the door. I open the door, and some fat white man goes, I'm here for the white girl. So I check his pockets, take his wallet, and let him in. They started doing it right away on the bed next to me. It was a freaking mess. A mess. So when they finished, he gave her $100. I said, Jess, you selling Poom Poom for $100? Poom Poom is worth thousands. You tripping. She goes, I don't make the prices. The prices are already discussed before she came in. So I was like, girl, no. If you gonna do it, do it right. So I took some pics of her and put them on Backpage, along with the trap phone number with a minimum of 500. The phone starts blowing up. I was like, see, girl, I got you. A blank came right up right now, giving $500 for 15 minutes. He comes, I check him, they get it in, he leaves. We are doing this all night. She had sex with about 20 dudes, and her sorry-ass pimp only sent 3 of them. So around 6 a.m., Jared calls. She answers on speaker, and he is going off. Where the F are you in Zola? The club's been closed. She goes, we went to 2 other clubs because it was slow. So I'm Googling 24-hour clubs. Florida has a few, trying to help her lie, and he's not having it. He's livid. He's like, if you went home with the dude, you're dead. So he asked to speak to me. I was like, man, I'm going to end up killing these crazy white folk tonight. So he starts cussing me out. Where are y'all? I know she lying. Don't be a hoe like Zola. I said, I promise you I'm not. He hangs up on me, and that was it. We didn't hear from him for the rest of the night. We fell asleep. A few hours later, the black dude, I still don't know his name, comes up. He's like, how much you make last night? Jess goes, $5,500. I was like, what the f***? She's telling the truth. I pimped her, not him. So he goes, what the f***? That's good. Oh, but I only sent you 3 clients. She goes, Zola made me a Backpage. I was like, wow, here we go. So he goes, you can do my job better than me? I said, I was just helping her out. I don't really care. Your clients were cheap. And he started laughing. He goes, give me the money. And she gave him all of it. And he goes, thanks, Zola. You're a real one. And throws me $500 at me. I put that in my bra. The heck? Jess goes, what about me? He said, "You owe me rent, Jess. You haven't paid me in months." I was like, damn. So we leave and head to Jared in the Raggedy Motel because our stuff was there. And as soon as we pull up, Jared is chilling outside smoking with some dude. Pay attention here. We go out and walk up to them, and Jared goes, "Here they go." The pimp goes, "Here who go, lil' boo? Who this?" Jared starts laughing and was like, he was asking me who I was with, and I said, "My girl and her friend, that's all, chill out." The guy Jared was talking to laughs and goes, "I'll catch you later, man. Nice meeting you," and leaves. He was a black guy with dreads, a Florida dude. So we all go up to the room, and the pimp is going off on Jared. "You know these? I can't believe you told him 2 girls is in here." And Jared goes, "You asked why I was out here mad late last night. All I said was my girl went to work with her friends." And now the pimp is screaming, "So that dude know it's money up here now? Hell no, we gotta go now." So we pack our stuff and head out. We went to a nicer hotel about 20 minutes away. So the pimp was like, "Zola, keep an eye out on Jared." I was like, oh shoot, he done probably promoted me to look out and stuff. So he leaves to go back to his fiance's home, and Jared and Jess are arguing. He was like, "I know you was trapping, Jess. I saw the back page ad, ho." And he adds, and he shows her a screenshot. I was like, oh shoot, here we go. So he starts crying like a beep. I was like, wow. He's like, "I thought you were done with this. I didn't come to Florida for this. You so messy." Then he turns to me and goes, "This what you came here for, Zola?" I said, "No, Jared. She low-key set me up. I'm not effing with y'all after this." He goes, "Wow, you even set your friend. You such a hoe." So they arguing for hours. I leave and go down to the pool. I mean, I am in Florida. So my man calls me, and I lied and said everything was okay. I didn't want him worrying. I had a nice dinner, and then the pimp calls the trap phone. I answer, and he's like, "Since you a madam and stuff, do that stuff again tonight, but set up out calls only, because this hotel too nice to trap out of." I was like, cool, I got you, especially for another $500. So I go up to the room and told Jess to get ready. Garrett goes, "What the heck? You're again?" "No." I said, "Garrett, calm down, please." The white dude starts punching himself like the crazy people do, dog. I was like, oh, hell no. He goes, "If you do this again, Jess, I will kill myself. I love you too much." I was like, this dude lost his sauce and his girl lost in the game. So I said, "Garrett, sit the F down. Jess, come on so I can take some pics. It's already 10 o'clock. Y'all playing." So I make her a fresh ad. We come out the bathroom. I did her hair and makeup and stuff. And Garrett goes, "Everybody knows you a hoe now. F you. I want to go home." I said, huh? He throws his phone at her, and it's her Facebook, a status of both ads. Her mom is on there going off in the comments. Jessica starts bawling. Oh my gosh. My mom has my daughter this week. How could you? She's on the floor literally breaking down. I was like, ooh. So Jessica calls the pimp and tells Jared, "Just put everything on Facebook. My whole family sees this." The pimp goes, "I told Zoe to watch him." Literally 5 minutes later, it's the pimp banging on our door. He comes in with his fiance at this time and snatches Jared up by the neck. He wasted no time. He goes, "I should really kill your ass." Jared is dangling off the ground crying. Please don't. Low-key, I'm crying. The fiance pulls out a handgun, y'all. She goes, "You want to, bae, or what? F him. He did our girl so wrong." I was like, oh my gosh. So now Jess steps in. She's like, "Please don't. Just be his ass, Z." I was like, oh, this his name? Z? Got it. So he puts him down. Nah, I'm gonna kill his manhood though. And he sits on the bed next to his fiance. He goes, "Sit in front of me, Garrett." So he does, still crying. He goes, "Delete this post and give me your phone." He did. Then he goes, "Come here, Jess." I was so lost. His fiance unbuckles his pants, and Jess gets on her knees and starts doing sexual stuff right in front of Garrett and I. I was like, yo. He then gets up and starts, doing stuff with Jess from the back. Garrett just sitting there. I'm standing with my mouth to the floor. The fiance right next to them with a gun in her lap. I was like, dang. So then he gets up and says, "Go clean up, Jess. You gotta work." He looks at Garrett and says, "Any questions?" Garrett says, "I want to go home." I laughed out loud. I couldn't help it. And Z goes, nah, so you gonna take Jess to her out calls? I was like, dang, that's effed up. He goes, Zola, get the client's and address so y'all can take her and him and his fiance leave. The room is silent for the next 30 minutes, swear. The first client calls and says he's ready, so Jared takes us. Z left a handgun, but told me not to tell him. He texted the trap phone like, I'm trusting you with my girl Zola. If anything goes left, use it. I was like, what? I can't. So anyway, Garrett took us to about 4 clients, and then the phone was slow. Me and Garrett were in the car together while she was working. Started having a really deep convo. He really wasn't a bad dude, but he was bipolar, very bipolar, so I understood his outbursts a little more. So we head back to the hotel, and I fidget this one last call late as hell. And the client says, I got $5,000, but I want 2 girls. I said, oh, sorry, we only have one. The client goes, well, I got 2,000, but for one, and it's 4 dudes, and we only do in calls. I was like, wow, what? So I texted Z and told him. He was like, hell yeah, tell him come on. So I set it up. The last minute, the client goes, actually, our call is fine, and gives me the address. So we get in the car and head to the address. Jess goes, it's 4 of them. Can you just wait in the hall, please? I was like, girl, come on. So we head up to the room and Jess knocks. A dude goes, who is it? She says, in call. The 4 flings open fast as heck, and 2 big black dudes snatch Jess up. Girl, I ran so damn fast I couldn't even see straight. I was out. F that. I run out and the car is gone. I'm screaming, Garrett, this fool gone. So I call him, still running. He's like, y'all done? I said, bitch, Z told you to never leave us. Where are you? He's like, I'm at the gas station. I was thirsty. I thought she was going to be a minute. I'm still running, LMFAO. Don't know where I'm going. I'm like, they snatched her dude, come get me. I'm calling the police. He pulls up a minute later and it's like, don't call the police, call Z. I was like, Z gonna beat everybody ass. You wasn't supposed to leave. He's like, well, you have the gun. If you call the cops, you done too. I was like, yeah, you right. So I called Z and told him what happened. Z is livid, and this deep African accent comes out. I couldn't even understand him on the phone. I was like, man, we dead, bro. So Z pulls up and it's like, let's go. I said, I'm gonna stay here. Y'all go? He goes, I'm not in the mood right now. Come on. So we all go. Me and Garrett on the side of the hall where you can't see, and Z knocks on the door. A man goes, who is this? Z goes, where my beep man? Jessica screams. The voice says, ain't no girl in here, bruh. I was like, oh my God. Z goes, open the door. Guess who opens the door? The dude with dreads that Garrett was smoking with at the rundown motel. So he goes, come in and check to Z. Z motioned for us to stay hidden, thank God. So he goes in the room, and Dreadhead there by himself right now. Z sits on the floor with his strap out and goes, where is she, ma'am? Dread goes, well, since she wants to still work for my girls, she clearly wants to be here with us. We still don't see Jess. So Z goes to the closet and busts the door in, and she's in there, tied up, knocked out. Dread goes, I got $20K for her right now, man, and all this is forgiven. Z said, we made more than $20K this weekend alone. Get out of here. So Dread goes, my dude's downstairs, not gonna let you walk out with her like that. And Z says, we'll see. Mind you, I can barely see. I'm around the corner, so I just hear everything. Next thing I know, I hear shuffling and a gun goes off. Once again, I take off. But I took off down the hall through the back. Jared wasn't far behind. Then we look back, and Z is running too, with Jess over his shoulders. He throws Jess in the car, hops in the driver's seat. I hopped in with him, and Jared hopped in the car, and we were out. I start crying. What happened? He goes, that man reached for his piece. I shot him in the face, man. I was like, oh my God. We go back to our hotel, packed our stuff, and checked out. We went to Z and his fiance's condo. Nice as heck, by the way. Jess is up now. She tells us what happened. Apparently, they recognized her from the motel and set her up, clearly. And once they snatched her, they told her to trap for them, and she said no. So they beat her butt. That's why Z interrupted when he knocked, so they knocked her out. I was like, I really gotta get home, y'all. Sorry to kill the mood, but I can't take no more of this. Jared was like, same. Z's fiance was in the kitchen counting money, dog, just like a rich hoe. So Z was like, everybody get some sleep. I'm gonna get rid of this. talking about the gun. So he leaves. We all try to get some sleep. The next morning, he comes in with tickets for me and Jared. Jared goes, I'm not leaving Jess here, not after last night. She has a daughter and needs to come home. Z was like, nah, we making money. I was like, wow, with a black eye and a busted lip and some Florida beeps looking for y'all, you still gonna try? Crazy. I was like, well, I'm ready. Jess goes, it'll be okay, Jared. I'll be home in 3 days. Garrett started with that punching himself stuff again. I was like, man, here we go. Garrett goes, come home with me or I'm killing myself. Z was like, oh no, not this stuff again. I'll be in the car. Y'all two hurry up. So Jared is literally breaking down. You ever see someone hysterically crying? It's intense. And Jessica tries to calm him. I'm at the door ready. Garrett randomly stops crying instantly, like some movie stuff, and goes, so you aren't coming? Jess said, no, Jared, I can't. The dude, Jared, runs towards their balcony and jumps. I swear to God, Bible, he's effing jumped. I screamed so loud my heart stopped. Jess runs towards the balcony and the guy Jared was hanging. He didn't fall all the way. He got stuck by his pants, thank God. We were only on the 4th floor, but he still would have died. It was a good drop. So Jess is helping him and I call Z, LMFAO, still crying. I was like, Garrett is stuck. He tried to jump off the balcony. Z was like, what is wrong with him? Families live here, bro. So Z came up, helped him up, slapped the beep out of him, literally, and physically guided him to the car. Jess comes out and goes, I swear I didn't set you up, Zola. I never intended for you to trap. That's why you didn't. I hope we can be friends after. I looked at her like she wasn't speaking English and said, I'm not going to beat your ass right now because you're already in bad shape, but I better never see you or hear from you again. And she walks away. Z literally buckled Garrett's seatbelt in, LMFAO, and we went to the airport. Bear with me, it's almost over. When we landed in Detroit, my man picked us up. We both looked horrible, so washed up and tired. My man was like, who is this white boy and what's wrong with y'all? I said, babe, neither of us are the same. Just take him to his car and take me home. We dropped Jared off. On the way home, I told him everything. He couldn't even speak, honestly. I get a collect call 4 days later from a jail in Las Vegas. It's Jessica. She goes, we got caught trapping in Vegas and we all got arrested. I said, oh, why you calling me? She goes, Z's wanted for kidnapping 15 underage girls and is linked to 6 murders in Florida. I said, Florida? Murder? You have the wrong number. She screams, ask Garrett to bail me out. He won't answer my collect call. I say, Garrett, you have the wrong number. I hung up and called Garrett. He goes, yeah, I heard. It's on the news. He's a huge trafficker. I found out later that Jessica and his fiance played victim and said they were forced. And Z, whose name I can't pronounce, was an African man and was wanted literally everywhere. He got sentenced to life. And I hear Jess is back in Detroit with her mom and baby. And that's the end of that. So there's a whole bunch of pictures, and I'm going to include them here, of Zola and the girl Jess. And, like, there's updated pictures. But y'all, tell me that's not probably, like, the wildest story that you've ever heard. It's just so crazy that it's like you can't even make that up. Like, it had to happen. Your imagination can't even be that wild. So I'm going to let y'all digest that. But if you made it to the end, you're a real one. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to try and start finding like more wild stories and telling my crazy stories as well. But let me know what you guys thought of this video. Like I said, if you want to check out the story for yourself, I'm going to leave a link to it down below. Oh, don't forget to leave me a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. So today is Monday. That means I will see you guys on Thursday. All right, bye.